Da 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 da.
Da 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 da.
Ba da ba ba. Hello.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
I'm
Hello.
Mike Ross.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia, mamma mia. Mamma mia, Figaro. Oh, ah.
Bom, 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 bom.
Mamma mia, mamma mia. That's not it.
No.
We should clap, though.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Hi, I'm Maggie.
And I'm Amanda.
And we're sisters.
In law.
We're watching Suits one episode at a time.
It's a show so nice, I've watched it twice.
And a show so great, I'm watching it late.
Thanks so much for tuning in.
Maggie's never seen it and Amanda's obsessed. They don't wear fancy suits, they are casually dressed. They are sisters-in-law and they got a show about a law firm drama that aired a few years ago. Only Suits fans, only Suits fans. Only Suits fans, only Suits fans.
Yeah.
Only Suits fans, only Suits fans.
Only Suits fans.
This is Season 6, Episode 13, Teeth, Nose, and Teeth, and Season 6, Episode 14, Admission of Guilt.
When I saw teeth, nose, teeth, I thought this was like a boxing. Like, you got to hit him in the teeth, you got to hit him in the nose, you got to hit him in the teeth. When this line was said in the episode, I laughed out loud.
I hate that this is the name of the episode.
Why?
I don't like it.
Did you not laugh at that line?
I laughed at the line, but like, I hate that that's what they chose to name the episode.
You wish
with.
it was He Knows, N-O-S-E.
That would have been good. It would have been better. I don't know.
It doesn't follow the format of most of them, which are, they could all be interchangeable with any other episode.
Yeah, they're like, let's just get 3 lines from this show.
Right. Teeth, Nose, Teeth can only be from this episode.
We do that on the podcast where we just pull lines directly from the podcast and name it. But we get to do that.
We get to do that because this is a comedy podcast, although this episode will have no laughter in it.
Because I don't want to edit it. Just like watching it.
Just watching those little bars, making sure they don't get too loud.
It's going to be tough. So we do have some exciting news. I think we've kind of teased it.
Yeah, we are going to be going live after we watch Suits LA for the very first time on Sunday, February 23rd. Mm-hmm. The show starts at 8 Central.
Right.
We are going to go live at 10:30, 9:30 Central.
Yeah, we're literally going to watch it together. And then we're going to shuffle our papers and put on our lip gloss. And then we're probably not going to do that. But we will be casually dressed because we don't wear fancy suits. And we're going to do it.
We're going to go live on YouTube. So go to YouTube, Only Suits Fans. Make sure you're following and subscribe to our channel so that you can catch us live. And we can't wait to watch this show.
And then we'll release that podcast later.
Yes.
So,
and don't worry, though. We're still going to be recapping.
Yeah, you're going to get 2 Suits podcasts a week.
Pretty incredible.
All right, you wrote a brief. So if it's funny?
No, this is a serious brief. In line with our Teeth, No Teeth serious episode.
Brief. Teeth, No Teeth, serious brief.
Teeth, No Teeth, serious brief.
It rhymes. It's a fraternal rhyme.
That's a real rhyme.
That's a fraternal rhyme. It's actually called,
because teeth and brief, it don't end in the same exact letters.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's
just
called
like
a.
Is that what Oliver and Lawyer? How they rhyme too?
It's called a slant rhyme. Whitney texted me.
Good.
So we both had slant rhymes. Oliver the Lawyer. Also, that's a good song.
That's what the name of the episode should have been, because it was a really catchy song.
Right?
It needs to be a musical. Actually, Amanda,
here's the thing.
You need to start writing that musical.
I don't have time to write it.
Someone's going to have to fan fiction write it. Only Suits fan fiction. Oliver the Lawyer.
Oliver the Lawyer.
Oliver the Lawyer.
Maggie,
okay, I'm ready.
No,
I'm ready for
I'm
my
not
brief.
going to let you fake that you
Oliver
can't say
the
that
Liar. Oliver the Liar. Here's my brief. The bar for character and ethics has been significantly lowered. It's like a game of limbo, and the folks from PSL are made of rubber. There's no way to explain how low they will go. Mike jeopardizes his life again with a scheme from Harvey, all to possibly save Rachel's chances at being an attorney. But will she stick around when she realizes the juice in her relationship with Mike isn't worth the squeeze? Things have been sweet, but will they go sour? Maybe Donna can ask Donna for some empathetic and quippy advice. You know who else could benefit from some robotic Donna insights? Lewis. Because what the fuck is he doing with Tara? This relationship makes no sense. Season 5 was wild and believable, but season 6 feels like an episode of Wild and Crazy Kids. Messy and nonsensical.
I told you a lot was going to happen in season 6.
So much has happened in this season that it's hard to remember that we started this with Mike entering prison.
Yeah. We did. And Jessica left in the middle of it.
Jessica's gone, but she was there saving the firm at the very beginning of it, and they were all like, we're in this forever. But then by episode, 9, Jessica bowed out. This season is too much.
It's a lot.
Too much. But I'm in it. I'm here for it. Should we jump in?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Before the credits, we see Harvey, and he's taking liquor out of his cabinet at his home to the song, like a very slow version of Start Spreading the News. I'm leaving today. And it's all about New York, New York, even though it's in Toronto. Then he gets a visit from Mike, and Mike is apologizing because if we remember the last time they saw each other, he was yelling at him outside the elevators at Pearson Spector Lit, saying, stay out of my life. So they sit down and they have a drink. And Mike's like giving the life update about how he got this job at the law clinic, and Harvey's like, seems like crime does pay. Mike's like, yeah, we can stay and talk because I'm supposed to stay away from the apartment. Because, meanwhile, at the apartment,
Rachel and Donna are having a girls' night. Rachel tells Donna that she told Mike he needs to make an honest woman of her. And Donna says yes, preemptively to being her maid of honor because she knows that's what Rachel's going to ask her.
Then we cut back and Mike is asking Harvey to be the best man. And Harvey offers to host the wedding at his apartment instead of their shitty little apartment. Although I think their apartment's really nice. I guess it's just not big enough for their guest list. It's no... where did they want to have it originally?
The Plaza.
It's no Plaza.
Of course it's no Plaza.
It's an apartment. It's an apartment.
For Granny.
And then, or it's Harvey's apartment. Either way, it's no Plaza. But they're just going to have to make sure that Mike doesn't run out of his wedding this time. And then Mike goes, and Harvey doesn't, Donna.
He literally says fuck.
In his cough. But this was on USA Network.
Well, this is right when they got that things changed with the rules. What USA was able to say. So, did you not notice that this episode was like way more like cussy?
This season has been way more cussy.
But like it started in the middle. I'm pretty sure. Like I think I can go back and find it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like I read something that happened in the middle of a season.
What was it? What
rules?
Just like they can now say fuck?
Guess so.
On TV?
Guess so.
Fuck.
I know, right?
That's wild.
Yeah.
Then we hear our favorite song.
Then we hear our favorite song. A greenback boogie.
So we start... There's a couple different storylines after the credits. The first one we're going to tackle is Rachel versus the bar, which we've known is coming because they've been setting it up. She has to pass the character and fitness portion of the bar.
Yes.
Well, we see her and she's telling Lewis that not only may she not pass, she's not even going to get an interview. They have said, you don't even need to come in. You're not going to get a chance to interview for the bar. And he's like, of course this is about, or she's like, of course this is about Mike. And Lewis is like, no, it's probably a clerical error. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I promise you're going to get an interview. Big promise to make.
Well, I mean, in the last episode, we learned that Mike learned while working at PSL, you don't make those kinds of promises. At this point, Rachel is Lewis's client because he's got to go to bat for her, and he shouldn't have done that.
Should not have done that.
Lewis shares Rachel's letter with Harvey, and he tells Harvey he needs to fix it. And he came to Harvey because he's being honest with himself. He's like, I know what you're good at, and I know what I'm good at. So this is why I'm asking you to fix that. And Harvey thinks that's funny and keeps joking about how he's, better than him.
Yeah.
Which is not, he didn't say he's better than him. He just said he's better at this thing.
Right.
He really jumped to.
And Lewis is like, please, thank you for being so kind, not making a big deal out of it. And Harvey immediately makes
a big deal out of it.
Then Harvey goes to the bar. I guess, he's just at the place where the bar interviews happen.
So
that's... Or is he at that guy's office?
Yeah. That's not where it happens, but that's just where that guy works. And he also sits on that committee.
Okay, so he goes to talk to one of the committee members whose name escapes me, but it comes up in the next episode. Mm-hmm. But he goes to talk to him about Rachel Zane's interview. Mm-hmm. And this dude tells Harvey he doesn't think she's going to pass anyway because it has to be unanimous. Mm-hmm. And he happens to know that someone is holding out. That someone is him. Mm-hmm. And he is going to hold out unless Harvey does something illegal for his firm. He wants Harvey to sink his competitor's stock by suing him for $500 million.
Yeah. He has 2 weeks to do it before Rachel Zane's interview. Dude.
Messy.
Yeah, because his company's going to go under.
His company will go under unless this happens.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Harvey updates Lewis on the ethics committee vote, and Harvey passes it on to Lewis because he's better at financial transactions, which is Harvey shouldn't have said something like, I'm better than, Harvey shouldn't have given him a hard time when he knew he was going to eventually turn around and ask for help on the financial transactions. And he wants to know why this guy is trying to drive down stock prices. They agree to tell Rachel the truth, that it was a mix-up, because that is part of the truth, but it's like lying by omission by not telling the rest of it.
And it wasn't a mix-up. It was totally intentional.
Yeah.
The guy said
it was a mix-up, but it wasn't.
It was not.
Yeah.
But they have a date for her interview on the books, and it's in 2 weeks.
Yep.
So they have 2 weeks to fix this.
Yeah.
Lewis goes and tells Rachel about her interview, and he's like, listen, we are going to do whatever it takes to help you become a lawyer. Mm-hmm. So we got it. We fixed that clerical error.
Yeah. And Harvey goes to see the ethics guy again. And this is, as we were just saying earlier, his company's going to go under because he had an affair and the other woman got access to his laptop. Which is like, God, stupid dude.
Keep it in your pants.
Yeah.
And keep your access.
Right. In your pants.
In your pants.
You should walk around with a laptop in your pants.
Yeah, have your laptop in your pants.
Next to your dick.
Yeah, or have it like how you have this fancy laptop where you need your fingerprint to get into it.
If you can't get in there. If Mike Ross, though, were to walk around with a laptop with his dick, it'd have to be a laptop that goes inside of a dollhouse because there'd be no room.
There'd be no room. Or you'd need those pants from the 90s, like those skater pants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They really sagged,
Yeah, he'd have to have such huge cargo pants.
Yeah.
So then Harvey tells this ethics guy, this committee guy, you're going to help Rachel get into the bar. You're going to help her because that's the right thing to do because she's a really fantastic lawyer who has upstanding character and fitness. But I'm going to do this thing for you. I'm going to tank your stock for another favor that you're going to owe me. And that favor we will come to find later in this episode.
Yeah.
But first, we should talk about Daddy Lewis.
Oh, God.
Not as powerful as Daddy Zane or Daddy Pearson.
No, he's confused.
More sad, I would say.
Yeah.
Saddy Daddy Lewis.
Saddy Daddy Lewis, for sure.
He's pouring champagne for Tara.
Pause. That's probably what we'll call the episode because it's easy.
Saddy Daddy
Lewis. Unpause.
Why did you have to pause to say? Oh, for you to hear it? Well, yeah, cut out all my laughter there. Is that an airplane?
That's an airplane. It's a bird. It's a plane.
Next week is Superman.
It's really loud.
That is really
loud.
And
I'm not in a flight path.
We are in a flight path.
Yeah, we're in a flight path.
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah, Southwest flies over us all the time.
All the time or
you
some
never
of the
see
time?
It? Multiple times an hour.
I guess I don't see him. I also am never sitting outside in the middle of the day
and
looking
at
planes.
Up at the sky. You have good tree coverage too.
I've almost
the best tree coverage.
Yeah. It's like I live in a jungle over here.
So Lewis is pouring champagne for Tara, except it's actually just the best sparkling cider money can buy because remember, she's pregnant and she has her very first sonogram coming up. The only issue is Joshua has requested to be there because he is the biological father of this unborn child that is in Tara's uterus.
Yes. And
Lewis agrees after kind of obviously being emotional. He agrees to let Joshua be there.
Which it's, I don't know that he really gets to agree. Like,
yeah, he's not like, okay, yeah, this is a great idea.
I mean, it's her child and his child. So I don't think that Lewis gets to like have the final say in that, actually.
Yeah, it is interesting because it's like the role of genetics. So yeah, because I guess, I don't know.
And it's not like Lewis and Tara have been together for, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
They're almost like the hookup.
They are the hookup. But yet anyways.
It's such a messy relationship, and I hate it.
Yeah.
And Lewis doesn't do well in messy, you know? Unless it's mud.
Unless it's mud, yeah, that's what I was going to say. So Lewis and Harvey meet to talk about what's going on with that guy, and Harvey takes the folder, and he's ready to go. But Lewis ordered him a turkey sandwich with extra pickles because he needs to talk to him man to man. And the best way to get anybody to sit down, honestly, and stay, extra pickles.
Extra pickles.
You want me to stay? Extra pickles.
And then get a tent.
You want me to hang out? A pickle bar. And then get a tent. And be like, I'm gonna get you this tent that has bedrooms and all the pickles you want. Mm-hmm. Pickles and tents.
Pickles and tents.
I knew I loved Harvey for a reason.
Still a great business idea.
So.
What Lewis wants to talk to Harvey about man to man is this whole Tara situation and becoming a father. Mm-hmm. And Harvey recaps the absurdity of Lewis's situation.
As he should.
So
that Lewis can hear
how
this.
Fucking stupid he is being. This is the wildest storyline since Mike Ross was hired with his dime bags of marijuana.
I don't know. I think there's another one in here that rivals it.
That we've already seen?
No, that's here. That's in this episode.
You're right.
There's another one that's real dumb and crazy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're right. Okay. So anyways, Lewis is like, okay, but I'm sure that Joshua, I saw a picture of him. He's super handsome. I just need to know, like, what are the first 3 things that you as a handsome guy see when you look at me? And Harvey goes, teeth, nose, teeth, like without any hesitation.
He's thought about it.
And it just brought me back to season 1, episode 1, when I first saw Lewis Lick, because he's the very first character.
Oh yeah, nothing but teeth.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this man has some chompers.
He does.
It's a great trait to have.
It is.
He says it's obvious that Tara sees something in him and reminds Lewis that this is his baby too. Mm-hmm. And how wonderful to have a good relationship with this baby's father, because there's nothing more important than family. And so there's going to be more family loving and raising this kid in such a wonderful way, which I thought very thoughtful, Harvey.
Also kind of interesting. And I wonder if it's just because he's coming off of like last week's episode.
Yeah, he now is mending.
Now he's decided he's like, I'm in with my family again. I like him again. So I wonder if that's why he's being sentimental.
Yeah, because I wonder if he hadn't had a good makeup with his mom, if he was like, get out of that.
Yeah,
get out of there, stupid man.
Yeah. Lewis brings a gift bag to the sonogram, okay? And it's a gift for Joshua to welcome him to the family again. Lewis is late to this family, so this is still bizarre. And Lewis freaks out. Tara says, I thought you were a more forgiving person than this, because, he freaks out because Joshua cannot make it. He had to cancel last minute. It's like, if you're going to get this worked up over something like this, it makes me think I don't really know you. Which, obviously, they don't know each other. 1, 2, she's already seen him get worked up at the restaurant when she was late, and the reservation got passed off. Remember, he lost his fucking shit?
Yes. Also, wait, does she forget that the reason they met was because he bought a house in the Hamptons to pretend he lived in the Hamptons to have her come renovate the house in the Hamptons because she couldn't renovate the office?
Yeah.
Like, Tara, all Lewis Litt does is overreact. That's actually the one thing that you do know about him.
He's an overreactor. He admits he doesn't really know her either. Duh. And then she says maybe it's best if she just goes in by herself. And so she just does the sonogram all by herself.
Probably is for the best.
Yeah.
At the end of this episode, Lewis visits Tara with a few things. He's got his high school yearbooks. He's got some home videos, most of them except for like during his Dungeons and Dragons years. And he thinks that they just need to start to get to know each other better. And what better way to get to know each other than preparing to bring their child into the world. Mm-hmm. And so she thinks this is a great gesture. Mm-hmm. Again.
Yeah. Wild.
Where's
Sheila Saz when you need her?
Sheila Sass needs to come and kick some sass.
Yes, she does.
Because they made sense.
Yeah, they did.
They made
Yin
sense.
to yang.
Tara, I'm like, you're a smart woman.
But also
not
smart.
And
but also
not in relationships.
Yeah, she's also like I don't know.
This is so weird, her choices.
Then we have what I do believe is one of the craziest, wildest stories.
This is truly. And this is pre-AI.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was AI.
Alexa.
AI was definitely around when this was happening. This is like, 2016?
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Benjamin from the tech room, okay? He's our IT dude who likes bacon in a bag. Comes to update Donna's box, and it has to be once a quarter. And this whole thing is like all sexual innuendo. You noted this is a sexual harassment claim. And
she's just taking everything he says and turning it into like sex.
Yes. And I noted this is way too much for TV and for work, but this is how HR people still have jobs. This is the reason I have a job.
Right.
It is not because of payroll. Okay. I mean, there are people that process payroll and we need them.
Uh-huh.
Eventually, robots can do that.
Right.
Eventually, a robot will be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
A human has got to get in Donna's face and say, Donna, you cannot talk. You can't do that.
Right. And Harvey says that to her.
Harvey does.
Harvey is the voice of reason on an HR violation to Donna.
She could get fired and sued for that.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now. Also, I wonder what would have happened, how well this would have gone over if they wrote it and a man said it.
It wouldn't. They would never even write that.
And so I don't know if they thought that she could get away with it because she was a female. But let me tell you right now.
It's still bad.
If this exact situation happened at my job, we would probably fire the person.
Yeah.
We'd just fire him.
But
there
Donna
wouldn't even
says,
be.
But Donna says, no, he likes it. Which made it even worse.
We would fire this person. Mm-hmm. There's no way that I could be on a, virtual probably call with this person and let them reason with me on why we wouldn't fire them.
But what if it was Donna and she was like, no, he likes it because he's making an AI version of me. Mm-mm. Which is what ultimately happens, I guess.
This whole story is just, I have a lot of problems with this story.
A lot of it is flagged.
A lot of it. This is taking up my time and in my HR brain. This story is.
Yeah. You've been writing some memos.
Benjamin then ruined Donna's computer on purpose to lure her to his office.
Right. He put some malware on it or something.
Yeah. And he's been creating a digital Donna, which is like literally a robot that sounds like her. He's been secretly recording her for 2 years. Also a huge violation. I would also fire Benjamin and be like, you cannot record her.
Right.
Right? Now, we do not know what the laws are in New York because it is a single party consent in Texas.
Let me see.
So if one person wants to record a conversation in Texas, as long as one person knows about it, which means you don't have to tell somebody when you're recording, it's still shitty. And rarely is it admissible in court.
You can record someone in New York with their consent or if you are a party to the conversation. So it's a one-party consent state.
Okay, so it's like Texas.
Yep.
Okay. But then he's using it to profit because he wants to now go and make money on this.
Use her likeness. He wants to use her likeness as...
Out of here, Benjamin. You're out of here.
I mean, now there are laws against this. I think Tennessee has laws that are you can't use someone's likeness in AI, right?
Right.
Anyways, this is also very bad.
Yes, they are. He's like, shoot, you're the one person who always gets everything right all the time. And so I want you to go in on this with me. It's a business opportunity. So she takes it with her for a few days.
Okay, what if this Donna that gets everything right all the time, though, is sexually harassing people?
Right.
Because he's mostly recorded her sexually harassing him.
Well, for 2 years she's been recording it.
Right.
But it sounds like that's what she's been doing.
She says she likes it. So then Donna is talking to quote-unquote Donna. And Rachel sees her talking to it over coffee. They're sitting in this break room. She takes Donna to go get coffee. Rachel says, actually, I don't want to ask Robot Donna any questions. I just want to have a conversation with my friend. So Donna puts Donna away.
In her lap. Which, let me guess, she likes it?
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't put that in there.
No, you have to put it in there. Just cut my laugh out.
That's what happens whenever we start laughing straight and it's just a big brick.
Right. So what Amanda said there about Donna liking Donna in her lap was funny, but she will cut out my laughter.
No, I won't.
Because
I have to keep this in too.
This was a no laughter episode.
Yeah. Donna goes to see Benjamin and says it's a no because Donna is nothing but quippy lines and she's so much more than that. She has intuition, empathy, and heart, and Donna, the robot, has none of that. I love that she's like, well, I have all these things, have all these amazing characteristics.
I know. Like, give Donna the robot a break, Donna. Yeah. She's a freaking box she put on her desk.
Yeah.
So then Benjamin is sitting in Donna's desk when she returns later and asks if he can make Donna have a heart. Would she be interested? Mm-hmm. Like, if he can make this robot have empathy, have heart, have intuition. And she kicks him out of her chair. She's like, you can never sit in my chair. But then she looks really smug and kind of happy about it. Like, oh my gosh, there's going to be a robot Donna. Right?
Yeah.
Or are they flirting?
I don't think they're flirting.
Kyle was like, oh my gosh, are they going to hook up? And I was like, they are absolutely not ever. Not one iota of an...
No, there's a better chance of Stu and Jessica hooking up. And she lives in Chicago.
Gosh, I hope that she comes back for that Studi call.
Stupenders.
Studi booty call.
That'd be great.
Last storyline from this episode. The clinic. So we see Mike and he goes to the clinic and Sophia Price has been at the hospital with her son, he learns, because he had an asthma attack. And this means that she did not get her rent check to her landlord by 10 a.m. Or she might not have. So Mike is going to have to take this check. And Marissa's like, hey, I know you covered the rent yourself. And he goes, don't worry about it. I just got to go make sure it gets there. And he runs out the door.
Mm-hmm. He goes to see the attorney for Sophia Price's landlord, and it's 10/18, and they won't accept it. They want to get the apartment out from rent control, and they're going to evict her. And he's like, her son is in the hospital.
And this was 18 minutes late. You monsters.
Mm-hmm.
But then Mike and Marissa realize that the building is not just to get it out from rent control. It's being demolished. And Oliver's like, all right, I can handle this one.
Mm-hmm.
I can handle this. I know all the precedent for it. I know I shit the bed in court, but I can do this. I feel really, really confident about this.
Yeah. The opposing counsel comes down to the legal clinic about the reckless endangerment countersuit, and she's checked up on him. She knows that if he goes to trial, then she'll be up against Oliver, the lawyer, and not Mike Ross.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, I'm going to give you $10,000. He's like, well, I know from being in a Midtown law firm that you're authorized to go up to 25. So she writes a check right then. Two things here. She could have gone higher. She could have gone higher than 25.
Oh, for sure.
She's using a checkbook in a book. She's using like what my dad used when he owned the skating rink when we were growing up, and he had to write checks to people.
In 2016?
Yeah, she's doing this in 2016. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about 1980s. My dad had a big notebook, legal-sized checkbooks, and he would like write the check, and the stub was on the left side of it. And so he would write that and then have to write it twice to keep up with it and then flip through. That's what she came down to. That's what the clinic should be using to write checks, not her law firm.
I know. They should have fancy printed checks.
Yeah.
Direct deposit
They're probably printed,
checks.
but still, like...
No, I mean, like, she didn't handwrite it. You know what I mean? But she's disappointed. So then Mike brings this offer to Sophia Price, and she's disappointed because her son's treatments, she just learned, are going to be that and more. And she says, Marissa said we could win. What's the best case scenario if we win? And Mike says, I guess, best case, $500,000, but it's super risky. She goes, we got to take the risk for my son. I can take $25,000 when I could take $500,000.
Right. What would you do?
I would probably take the $25,000 to be done with this situation. If my son's asthma is caused by the building, I don't want to be there. I'm not trying to stay with that landlord. Take it and go.
Right, but the treatments are going to be so much. Like the treatments alone.
Right.
So like you're not going to have any money.
Yeah, but I would use that money to move over. And then, I have to assume that she does have money that she's been paying to go to hotels and get space heaters and all this stuff. Like she can pay rent.
Right, but she didn't have money for the treatments.
Right. I guess she doesn't have health insurance. You can delay pay that. Delay pay that is what I would do.
Okay.
Because she's going to walk away with nothing is the thing. And this is an immediate thing that could cover the payments or get her into an apartment that then is a better place for her son that won't make him worse. But right now she's like, I'm going to not take the $25,000. I'm going to stay in this apartment that's going to make my son's asthma worse so that I have to pay even more in treatments. I don't know. I would just take it. Mm-hmm. But also I know how this plays out.
That's fair. Mike then shows up with grocery store flowers to go see the opposing counsel. I still don't understand why he has the flowers. I mean, I know he's going to see
them to Rachel.
Like, it doesn't move this story forward, and there's no joke, there's no spin, there's no callback. She's just like,
oh, I like those flowers. Yeah, it doesn't tie into anything later on in the episode.
It's real dumb, Carl. He tells her his client's situation has changed and she needs $100,000. She says she's going to wipe the floor with Oliver and that no judge is going to let Mike turn his court into a joke with him being a fraud. And she's right.
Yeah, she's like, you're a fraud.
And she will wipe the floor with Oliver.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And she's a Vivian Tanaka with less personality.
She is. And blonde hair. Mm-hmm. Mike then brings this manila folder to Nathan. I just noticed that at the clinic they use manila folders, and at Pearson Specter Lit they use blue folders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's important. Mm-hmm. So this is just plain manila. And Nathan, he says, I need Oliver to petition for Marissa to represent the case and be first chair. And Nathan says, okay, this is a bad idea, but if you're going to do it, you have to be the one to tell Oliver that you do not want Oliver to represent this case, that you don't want him to be the trial lawyer. Yeah. Right. Which is why he's there, to practice and get better at that.
Yeah. Oliver tries to tell Mike he can do it. Mike says he doesn't think he can, which I do appreciate that he was at least
honest,
direct with him. He's like, I don't think that you can be a lawyer. That when the right case comes along, he's going to let him do that. But this case is Marissa's, and Oliver goes to tell Marissa that... so Oliver's going to go tell Marissa, and he says, it's better for the clinic if she thinks I have confidence in her, not that you don't have confidence in me. Like, so he's taking the high road. Yeah, but it's really sad.
Mm-hmm. But he's right, too, I think. I think that's better for the clinic overall.
Yeah, overall. Mm-hmm.
But turns out, bad news, Marissa can't take first chair because her dad has been sick, needs surgery, and she's already put in to be off during this trial. Mm-hmm. And I guess they can't ask for a stay, or they can't ask to push it. So she's like, gosh, I really want to help Sophia, but I also really need to be with my dad. And Mike goes, you need to be with your dad. Mike gets it. And he says, you have to go do that. We will figure something out. This is when Mike not having a law degree really screws the whole situation, because he can't help.
It's kind of screwed a lot of situations.
Many.
Yeah.
So then Mike goes to see Nathan again, because he's going to need Nathan to argue the Sophia Price case. But Nathan's like packing up. He's going to a movie. And he says, listen, every one of our clients' lives are hanging on by a thread. I am going to see a movie because my life has been hanging on by a thread. So I am not going to take on this case that you have decided to not convince your client to take a solid deal. You've decided to go for more. You got to figure that out then. Not my problem. Also, he mentions that like Oliver is the kind of lawyer that this clinic gets. So you got to work with that, Mike. You can't expect him to be this Harvard top of his class grad. You get Oliver. Mm-hmm. So Mike asks to petition the court again to see if he can be there, and Nathan says abso-fucking-lutely not. Essentially, he says, I will fire you and I will ban you from court if you do that. You cannot try to be first chair, second chair, any chair above that little wooden gate thing. You can't do it. And he makes himself very clear. Mike cannot do this.
Harvey visits Mike at the clinic, and he has a way to get Mike into the bar. He needs to know, but Mike needs to know what the catch is. He has to come up with a lawsuit to drive the stock prices down. And he's like, I'm more of a lawyer now than I ever was. And Harvey calls him a babysitter and reminds him this opportunity won't present itself again. Mike's answer is no.
Yeah. Ooh, this is like the favor that Harvey has called in for this ethics committee guy. Instead of just pushing through Rachel, he wants him to push through Mike Ross, committed fraudster, convicted fraudster.
Yep.
Not real lawyer. Mike then tells Oliver about Marissa being gone, and Oliver is going to be first chair. And Oliver says, hey, listen, I actually shit the bed all the time. My first mock trial. Anytime a ripple comes through, I cannot respond. He is not an improviser. He is a planner. His mouth goes dry. His mind goes blank. Mike says, I can't take back what I said. I can help you, Oliver, prove me wrong. So they repeat with increasing confidence, but not the kind of confidence that makes me think they're going to win this case. We're going to win this. And they say it 3 times.
Yep. Back in court for Sophia Price, opposing counsel moves to dismiss. Of course, we knew that would happen. She has a copy of a certified letter to the tenant saying that she got notice about the construction. And Mike just wants Oliver to say that it's inadmissible. And Mike stands up to object, which obviously we know he can't do. And the judge is like, please, young man, you need to not be here. Don't say that again. So Oliver doesn't know what to say, so he can't get the case dismissed.
No. I thought when Mike stood up to say object that
they would trigger something with Oliver.
But it doesn't. It triggers nothing. His mind is completely blank. So I guess Sophia Price gets $0.
Yeah. Rachel talks to Harvey about the character and fitness interview. She asks him to tell her, hey, what's going on here? And Harvey tells her it was all about leverage. And then Mike interrupts and says that he's in. He's going to help.
Because he can't help if he's not a lawyer. So
Right.
he needs to get that character and fitness.
Yep.
We roll right in to episode 14, Admission of Guilt. Before the credits, the scene picks up right where it left off, except for Rachel has left. So Mike wants to make sure that no matter what they do, Rachel will get into the bar.
Well, Harvey can't guarantee that. But he says that they can keep her from being kept out. Like, she can at least go before the character and fitness committee.
Mm-hmm.
Mike has to run the whole entire case through the clinic.
So suspect.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Wow, my God. This is so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Tara then is going through Lewis's yearbook, and they're talking about all of these medical procedures that he's had, because turns out he had braces in high school. We know he had braces when he was an associate.
Mm-hmm.
He's just had a ton of things, like a sickly child.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, I won't pass this on to our kid. And Tara's kind of like, you don't understand how biology works.
Right.
But he says, no, I was hoping we would also have at least one child of our own.
And she's like, at least one? Like, she's like, yeah, let's have a bunch. Like, she's weird.
She doesn't even balk.
Yeah.
Balk?
Bach.
Rhymes
with cock.
Balk cock.
Mm-hmm.
But she's no Sheila Saz. Sheila Saz did balk. Tara's like, sure, I'll bring my life into the world for little Litz.
Yeah. Mike tells Oliver about Velocity Data Solutions, which sounds like a fake name.
It is, because Carl the writer just wrote that name. That's not a real company.
That's true. He also tells him he doesn't need to be a trial lawyer to be a good lawyer or a great lawyer, which is true. And Oliver wants to know what these guys did to him. And Mike said, hey, let's just say they're bad people,
He's such a good liar.
He is a good lawyer.
Liar.
Oh. He's a good liar.
Liar, lawyer, pants on fire.
Mm-hmm.
So Harvey goes to talk to this ethics guy who is holding all of this over their head and tell him that Mike is taking on the case. And because of this, he needs to sponsor Mike to go to the bar. He's like, I can't sponsor someone that I'm voting on. And Harvey says, well, then you better find someone to sponsor him within the week, or else this whole thing is done. We're not doing it. If you can't get my boy Mike into the bar, you get nothing.
After the credits, we see Harvey and Lewis in the executive kitchen with a lot of croissants, considering there are no other executives. It is a waste of really good French bread. Someone who can't make a croissant, it's sad to see.
Amanda, you could make a croissant. You just haven't yet. You're going to make the best croissant one day.
Maybe.
You have all the tools you need.
No, the one tool I don't have is the time.
Right. It's a big one.
Yeah.
It's true.
I gotta have the time.
Someday you'll have the time.
Yeah. Lewis updates him on Tara briefly and then wants to talk about Donahue. They have to do a horse and pony show to impress Donahue.
It's like Carla Donahue.
She's a big fashion
Vogue
client.
lady.
Yeah. She probably shops at Old Navy and stuff.
Right. And yeah, surely. Maybe Gap, because she's so
Gap.
high fashion. Mm-hmm. This is what they've always done. It's always been Lewis and Jessica who go and impress her. So he definitely needs to have Harvey there with him. Oliver, meanwhile, hopes that Mike has a hammer because he just brought some nails. And I think we can all say definitively, according to Rachel, Mike does have a hammer.
He does have a big hammer in his pants with that tiny little computer he's carrying inside of it.
With his cargo pants. Oliver did super great work, and it proves to Mike and to Oliver that he's a hell of a lawyer. Mm-hmm. Mike tells Oliver, draft the suit. Yeah. You got this, boy.
Yep. Then Donna, fake Donna, responds to Harvey saying, you'll never guess what Lewis just asked him.
He's got a real good quip, that little robot.
Yeah. So stupid.
So Donna has not let go of Donna.
No.
Donna 1.0.
No.
Mike goes to visit a restaurateur about Hazelton Mining Company, which is, I guess, a part of Velocity
Data
Solutions. And he wants to help him get the compensation that he deserves. The guy has previously taken a payout, signed an NDA. He was also the supervisor who convinced everyone to take a payout and sign an NDA. And Mike's like, listen, I work for a clinic. Our payout is capped at $50,000, so I'm not an ambulance chaser. This guy has lung cancer. He's dying. All the people he supervised are also dying, and he for a payout of less than $50,000.
Yep. Rachel goes to see Harvey at his house, which was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Right?
Aren't they going to be in the office later?
Yeah. I was wondering if you thought there might be a moment they would hook up, because you've talked about that a couple of times.
No, that's just fanfic.
Okay. Well, she's also wearing a shirt with lots of cutouts in the back.
I thought so too.
Which I thought was more of a going out shirt.
I agree. From the front, it looked business.
Yeah.
From the back, it looked...
a mullet shirt. Mm-hmm. She passed the character in fitness without even having to go in. Little sus, if you ask me. Harvey convinces her that she deserves it, which she probably does, but she needs his word that if things go south, he will pull the plug on this whole thing.
She can't have Mike going back to prison.
No. Mm-mm.
She cannot. That was bad.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Nathan asks Mike what the heck is going on, because what's this Velocity Data Solutions thing? And Mike's job is not to generate cases. He's supposed to just work on their already very full caseload, supervising what the attorneys are doing. The clinic does not do class action lawsuits like this because they don't have time or manpower. So Nathan's like, I don't know if you pulled this stuff at PSL, but I want the common courtesy to be told before you pull something like this again.
Donna says that the key to empathy is making people feel supported in their feelings, not just trying to solve their problems. I love that now Donna is an empathy queen. And Jeez. Benjamin does not understand how he was supposed to make Donna, the robot, do this. Real Donna says he just needs to make it listen, and he thinks he can do it. And I don't remember.
When she's walking out, also he's talking about like listening to Enya and like all this. Then when she walks out, she goes, no one awesome listens to Enya, which is hilarious.
It's hilarious that she said it because she's just talking about like being a good listener and being empathetic, and then she just like trashes him for this.
Also, when I was giving birth to MJ, Kyle made a playlist and he just put a bunch of Enya songs on it, and it just kept cycling through just a whole bunch of Enya. But one of the songs had something that sounded like a ringtone in it, and so every like hour I'd be like, whose phone is that? And it was just the Enya song starting back up.
That's awful.
So no one listens to Enya, Donna? This lady listened to about 12 hours of Enya on a loop in one of the most incredible medical moments of my life.
Yeah, that's crazy. Mike goes to see Mr. Palmer at Velocity, and Palmer says he's going to bury the legal clinic in so much paperwork, and he tells Mike if he pursues that action that those men will be left with nothing. Mike says, oh, BT Dubs, co-counsel is Pearson Spector Lit.
Yeah, he just throws that out there.
Yeah, even though like they're nowhere on the paperwork or anything.
Also, that just leaves a trail back to Harvey Specter. It's so, I was like, Mike, oh man. But I understand why he did it, because he felt literally backed into a corner.
Yeah.
Back at the office, Donna tells Harvey that they just got a call from Velocity to confirm that they are co-counsel, and Harvey is equally pissed about this. And he walks outside, and Mike happens to be right there walking up to talk to him. And Harvey's like, this just made everything a whole lot riskier, and I promised Rachel that if it got super risky, I would pull the plug. But Mike says, well, it also got real because all these men are depending on me and I've signed them. And so we need to win. So now Harvey's like, cool, let's go kick some ass. He's going to get all those new associates that Lewis signed working on it. And Mike just needs to take care of something first.
Lewis wants to talk about the Donahue meeting, but Harvey can't because he needs to help Mike. And Lewis agrees. He's like, yeah, you're going to help him. Donna sees how sad and stressed Lewis is.
Yeah, so she follows him into the bathroom to give him a good old pump up for Carly Donahue. And she says, listen, there's more than one way to make her feel special. It's not just because of Jessica Daddy Pearson. Think of who else you have. You have Katrina, you have Rachel, and that's pretty much it. That's the end of the bench.
Yes.
But you could bring them in to razzle dazzle.
Then Lewis calls Rachel and Katrina into the law library. He wheels in his big old cart, and then he says, I've got chocolate and...
I got Neapolitan ice cream.
You got my chocolate, I got my vanilla. And Rachel's like, did you just call me chocolate? And he was like, no. He was like, you're vanilla and she's chocolate. And I guess he's the strawberry. And I just want to be like, okay.
Another HR
violation by a senior partner, okay? Or a managing partner, right? Since he's co-managing partner. Also, here we have Rachel calling him on it, too. Which is like, she called him on it because there was some awareness of the fact that you cannot say that. I've got a job doing HR.
This is good. You should be, that'd be a fun take on the podcast. It's just when we watch Suits LA, you just give all the HR violations you see.
Okay.
It's at the end. It's just like, oh wait, actually this is an HR violation.
I bet you they won't have any.
You don't think so? Because now it's a different time.
It's a different time. 2025
is different.
But it's crazy that it's not that long ago and they were doing, like...
I know. Anyways, they decide that they can't use rank to dazzle Carly, but they can dazzle her with substance. So Rachel shows Katrina the key to keeping Donahue's business is that she is a foodie. She's written about it or been written about all this food stuff. Katrina, also a foodie. We know Rachel's a foodie. So they decide to do this whole presentation as a 9-course dinner. And they're going to pair it with wine. It's going to be so perfect for her. She's going to eat it all up, literally. So they need to have a good chef, all of this. And then Katrina says, well, I know that you have a great sense of pairing because you set me up with your dad at your dad's firm. And that was the best thing ever.
Yeah. That was a nice thing to say.
That was a nice thing to say. I like
them getting along.
Yes.
Rachel and Katrina set up a fancy legal analysis. Lewis says it's going to blow her away. First, he's going to go drink a pruny so he can clean out the pipes before all of the food, which is, okay, just TMI.
Yeah. He's going to be blowing those pipes out in the middle of that meal, I feel like. Anyways, Mike goes and tells Oliver to box up all the cases. They're going to Pierce Inspector Lit. Nathan confronts them as they are boxing things up about this being super shady. And Mike says Nathan needs to trust him because he says, listen, Harvey offered me a job, which paid me an extra $0 to what you're paying me. And I still chose the law clinic. So I'm not trying to go back to Pierce Inspector Lit. I'm not trying to do something shady. You just have to trust me on this. And Nathan says, well, I don't really have a choice. You have put me in a bad situation, which is what Mike does. And he doesn't care about it.
Oliver's looking at Harvey's albums. Mike says Harvey is practically a saint, and then Harvey comes in and kicks Oliver out for playing with the records, and he was like, and Oliver's like, you set me up. He's like, welcome to Pierce Inspector Lit, which is Mike hazing him, which is kind of a dick move.
Super dick move.
It's a real dick move to throw your dick around when you're actually not a lawyer.
Yes. Also, Oliver we see in the next scene, he's in the pit at PSL, and he's feeling bad because he's not as fast at writing these complaints as the other attorneys who are associates. So we know he's not a trial lawyer.
Yeah.
So we know he has these confidence issues. And for Mike to throw in his face, set him up. He's like, wow, look at this record. Can I touch it? Can I play it? And he's like, yeah, do whatever you want. And he immediately gets yelled at by Harvey Specter, this incredible legal mind, well known throughout the city as, best of the best. That really shakes your confidence.
Yeah.
But Oliver does tell Mike, listen, I know that they're badass, but they are literally, I have not heard one of them think about the people that are involved in this case. They are just trying to win. And that's the difference between me and working at the clinic and being here in this pit with all these brains.
Benjamin tells Donna that he can't make fake Donna have compassion. He confesses he isn't working in Silicon Valley, not because he doesn't want to, but because he just doesn't have what it takes. Donna shows him some compassion, and then Donna takes fake Donna with her.
Mm-hmm. Mike does not like lying to a lot of people, he says.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
Literally, I have not seen him be truthful.
All he does is lie.
All he does is lie.
I think he lies all the time, that it's just part of his fabric, and so he doesn't understand that he's not lying.
And he lies by omission a lot. So he doesn't feel like that's truly lying, because he's not like saying something overtly a lie, which is almost worse, because then you can't trust anything because you think, this is true, but is it actually true, or is it just part of the truth and the whole thing is a whole big iceberg of disaster underneath?
Yeah. Well, that's Mike. He is a walking disaster.
Yeah. Harvey says, oh, well, maybe it's not true that you don't like lying to a bunch of people, but you have to keep your eye on the ball. You deserve to be an attorney. And Mike explains why he wants to do this. He talks about Oliver shitting the bed. He never wants to have to sit back and watch someone else lose. So Harvey says, tomorrow, this is about winning.
Mm-hmm. Mike visits Mr. Palmer about offering money without admitting guilt. $100 million without an admission of guilt is actually not enough. He thinks it sounds like a lie. He's like, it's not, dude. Split between 150 people after, it's not going to be what you think.
And you haven't taken responsibility.
Right. And Mike asks if he's ready to take responsibility for what he did or not.
Mm-hmm. Then on the street, Harvey tells Mike that he would have gotten him up to $200 million on that first offer just because he's Harvey Specter. But he really likes getting a chance to work with him again, and now he's got to run back to the office because Mr. Palmer's going to definitely be coming back to the office to talk to him.
Yep. Then the ethics guy confronts Mike on the street outside the clinic. He says if those 150 cases don't wrap up soon, his chance of being a lawyer is donezo. And Mike's like, what are you doing here? Do not talk to me. I'll see you when I meet you for the first time at that hearing.
And it's right outside the clinic.
I know.
I'm just like, Nathan is totally sees this.
Yes.
So scary. All these street run-ins give me so much anxiety.
I know, it's a lot.
Meanwhile, Mr. Palmer does do exactly what Harvey predicted and goes and sees him at Pearson Specter Lit. He knows that Harvey doesn't care about admission of guilt. So he says, how much do you want? 200? And Harvey says, no, I want 500 million. And Palmer goes, great. Now I know what this is about then, because 500 million is just enough to tank my stock. So I know that this is actually about Craig Seidel, who is the name of that ethics guy. Mm-hmm. And Palmer says, oh, by the way, you think this is about us getting his computer stuff from an affair? No, this is not about his marriage. It's much worse, and you need to talk to your client about this.
Rachel goes to see Katrina to debrief the presentation. Rachel wants to know what it was like working with her dad. And Katrina says that he was very sweet, charming, brilliant, funny man, and he's a great litigator. And he also loves and respects Rachel.
Yeah, she says a story about how he talked about when he offered her the position, how he was going around and being like, my daughter's going to wipe the floor with you. She is so brilliant. I can't wait for her to work here. And that makes Rachel feel warm and fuzzy.
Yeah.
Lewis then goes to talk to Donna, also to debrief this meeting. And he says Carla Donahue really wanted a meeting with Lewis and Harvey, with us both. And now she has fired us.
Yeah.
And instead of Donna, the real Donna, comforting. Oh, and then Donna feels awful because she's the one who suggested the Katrina Rachel thing. Mm-hmm. And Donna, the computer, comforts her.
This is when I got even more annoyed, because then they would play this music, it was kind of slow and in the background, and real Donna looks over at fake Donna and is like, oh, you really are empathetic or whatever. You really are have emotion. And it was like a revelation, oh my God, we're going to take this out and we're going to make, it was just very why are we doing this, Donna?
Why are we doing this?
Also, who else wants that? Who else wants to buy that? It would be different if it can take and mock you, if that's what the technology is, and it trains it to sound like you and to have your actions and your empathy or lack thereof or whatever, right?
Right.
That is actually more interesting.
Taking your inner voice external.
Than Donna Paulson. Nobody knows who the fuck that is. I'm sorry. me trying to invent orange sauce when I was a kid, which is just ketchup and mustard, is actually a better idea.
Put that in a bottle.
Put that in a bottle. Call it Donna.
Yeah, and it would be the same color as Donna's hair.
It would literally be that.
You could have called it Donna.
Sauce.
The Donna sauce. Yeah, it's real dumb. Also, is like she only able to feel empathy? Like, is she just comforted because it's her own words? Yeah. Is she a narcissist? Is everyone in this show a narcissist?
Oh my God. I don't think Rachel is.
Rachel's not.
I don't think Gretchen is.
No. They seem grounded. But literally everyone else?
Katrina goes back and forth.
Katrina feels...
She has her moments.
Yeah. Okay. Then Oliver is waiting at the clinic to talk to Mike. I don't think he saw Craig Seidel, but he does want to confront Mike because he does not like getting lied to. Mike explains all the lies that he did not tell. He says, he kind of like omission things. And then Oliver says, you owe it to Nathan to tell him the truth about why you've taken this on.
Tara has her yearbooks. She's going through all of them with Lewis. What a stupid fucking exercise for this couple to be doing right now. Lewis wants to talk to her about his bad day at work, and she is going to make him feel better. The yearbooks can wait.
And she was like, it was so much fun going through your yearbooks. I thought we could do mine. And he's like,
here I am. Come talk. Look at me. Sorry. This is so weird.
Yeah.
Then Harvey visits Craig Seidel at his house. He has an offshore account, and he has kept it quiet because he was in on it. And Harvey says that the deal is done. And Harvey's going to use this as leverage, and he set it up that way. Harvey smirks when he's leaving.
Yeah, because Craig's like, you're my attorney. And he goes, no, I'm not. I set it up that I'm not your attorney. Now I don't have to do your dirty work. I don't have to sink that stock. And you have to still push Mike through on the bar.
Right.
What happens to all... Wait, this is in Prediction Town.
Where's that?
Oh, it's just like 3 left turns.
Is it in the flight path of Southwest Airlines?
It's in the flight path of Southwest Airlines. Okay. Should we hop on it?
Yeah, let's do it.
We're here.
It was a low-speed train.
Okay. Rachel, I think, is going to go work for her daddy. It has been set up perfectly. Mm-hmm. Also, I think Mike has been endangered by Harvey yet again. Mm-hmm. It is a little too dangerous, and I think that she just needs to get out. She's now past character and fitness. She can go anywhere. Why would you stay with a work family that hurts you when you could be with your real family that also hurts you? Then
go with the blood hurt instead
of go with the blood hurt instead of this. Like, what am I even doing? Come on. Then Mike, I think, is going to tell Nathan about the bar scandal, per what Oliver has told him to do. But we know Mike, and we know he is somehow going to woo his way out of this and also still get money for those miners. Because when Palmer left, it feels like, okay, those miners aren't going to get anything. Those men aren't going to get zilch because this is about sinking the stock. But now it's not about sinking the stock. It's truly about justice. So Mike's going to pass the bar. The stock is not going to get sunk. And these guys are going to get $200 million or something. That's my prediction.
Okay.
I think Joshua is going to come back. He missed the sonogram, but he is not going to miss this baby. And when he comes back, it's going to wreck Lewis, and it's not going to work out.
Okay.
Blood is thicker than water.
Okay.
Once again, with Rachel going to her daddy, maybe Joshua and Tara, and this unborn child. I think Oliver will play a role in Mike's return to law because he's going to have so much confidence from all these pep talks that all of a sudden Oliver can be a trial lawyer, and he's overcome it, and it's because Mike's so great. So this is why he should be an attorney. And look, he's got such great ethics because he told us all he was a fraud. I don't know. I think Oliver's going to play a role in that. I think Benjamin is going to start dating Donna, but I think it will be the virtual assistant robot Donna.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Not the real one, just the one that fits in your pocket.
Okay. Well, I can't confirm or deny any of that stuff, but as wild as this season has been...
Too wild.
Too wild. I told you. Wait till you see what happens in season 7.
No. Is it even wilder?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a full-blown Donna robot?
I can't confirm or deny anything. I'm just saying it's coming up.
It is coming up.
Thanks so much for tuning in. You can check us out at onlysuitsfans.com. If you missed it, it just dropped on Saturday. It was the Harvey Specter monthly newsletter, and make sure you sign up for that. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and you can listen to us on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere else you get your podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a review.
If you're looking for something to say in your review, you can say 5 stars. This podcast is something I can sink my teeth, nose, and teeth into.
I think that's the one that'll hit.
That's gonna hit.
I think people have been talking about our teeth, nose, and teeth.
Yeah, they can tell by just listening.
They don't know, but they're going to get to see it real soon again.
Who can say